testing the mic audio real quick. Oh, I'm testing the mic audio really quick. I want to see if this works. Hello. I'm gonna turn that down. Oh man, long time no see. I'm just making sure I got everything set up. I haven't streamed in so long. I kind of forgot how some of the stuff works. Hello. Hi. I am here now streaming a song, or streaming a live stream about how I just made my song Hit Me One More Time, which just came out on Friday, right? Which would have been the 23rd? Yeah, the 23rd. So it just came out like a few days ago. And I wanted to try something a little different here. I've been uploading song breakdowns for my other songs I've posted over the summer. In Your Mind and Cruisin'. And I posted breakdown videos for those. And I had this idea to make little breakdown videos, or live stream the breakdowns, because I thought, like, I don't know if anyone was watching live and wanted to ask any questions in real time or whatever. Thought that'd be kind of cool, even though I know, you know, I don't have like a massive following or anything, so I don't know how many people are gonna tune in, but I don't know. I like live streaming. I think it's fun. It just sounded fun, so I just thought I'd hop on and just do this live, and then I'll condense everything down and upload it on my YouTube channel as you know, as a normal breakdown video. But yeah, so I've been gone for a minute. I just haven't had any motivation to do YouTube videos or Twitch streams or anything. I've been gone for months. Been gone for a long time. But I've been recording. Been recording an album which is going to come out next month, and that's what all these songs have been leading up to. 7-track album, so really short. It's borderline an EP, but I'm just calling it an album because I want to. It was originally intended to be an album, but I ended up scrapping a bunch of songs, so I'm still calling it an album, even though it's only 7 songs. But anyway, that's coming out next month. That's what all these songs have been for. They're like lead singles, I guess. So 3 songs out, and the remaining 4 will be released next month. And yeah, I've just had like no motivation to do social media marketing, or I kind of burnt out after I finished the album, and I've just been coasting this whole summer, which is kind of bad timing because I should be marketing the songs, like, now that they're out and everything, but just have not felt like it. I've had no motivation. But, I don't know. I've been kind of missing the YouTube thing. And, like, streaming and stuff, and, like, I know I've said this before, so I'm not promising anything, but, you know, I'm thinking about possibly getting back into it, because my music ain't getting out there. If I'm not making content here on the internet, like, no one is going to hear my music. So I think kind of just have to suck it up and start doing some stuff. Gotta start getting my motivation in check. But I just thought this would be fun. Let's just do a little live stream, talk about my song. If people tune in, want to ask questions about how the song was made, then I will answer them in real time. And then, yeah, I'll condense all this down into a 10-minute YouTube video for my channel. I don't know. I feel like there's something else I wanted to say, but that's probably enough. I got my other camera here too, which I love this camera and I love this angle. I think it's the coolest thing ever. So I don't know. Maybe I'll be sporting it from here. I've been practicing a lot of drums recently. I've been dialing in on the drums. I'm still not great, but, you know, I'm getting better. I'm a lot better than I was last time I did a live stream on here, which is cool, I guess. But that's cool. Should I close my window? I don't know how loud the cars going by are. I'm right by a street, so, like, I guess it'd probably be a good idea to close the window. And I'm sick right now, too. I'm just coming off a cold, so sorry if I'm, like, super snotty and stuff. I'll close the window just a little bit. I still like the fresh air. It's nice. Anyway, here's the stew. Nothing's changed. I don't know. There's only one person watching, so I don't even know. I don't know. Whatever. I just like talking and shooting the shit. It's fun. But now that I said that, I don't think I have anything else to add. So let's just move on here. So let me do a proper hello, because I am going to upload this for my YouTube channel. So hi, how's it going? Today I'm going to be breaking down my song Hit Me One More Time, which just came out a few days ago, and, well, I don't know, came out a week ago. I'm going to upload this video on Friday, so, or Saturday, I don't know. Yeah, so I'm just going to be breaking down my song Hit Me One More Time. If you haven't heard it already, you can stream it. It should be in the description of this live stream. And it'll definitely also be in the description of the video that I upload. So check out the Linktree description, or link in the description, and you can go stream Hit Me One More Time. And I'm sick too, so sorry for being snotty and stuff. So I guess a little backstory. Man, I'm so out of my element. I'm not used to live streaming. Maybe, oh gosh, it's like weird. It feels weird. Live streaming is so weird. Anyway, so a little backstory for Hit Me One More Time. So this song was a pain in the ass to make. I'll tell you right now. I dreamt the song, and I woke up the morning that I dreamt it and immediately ran in here into my studio to to record what I had dreamt, and what I had dreamt was the chorus. So it was just like the "hit me one more time," or wait, no, it was, the chorus. This moment keeps replaying, hit me one more time. I'm not gonna do falsetto right now because my voice is all messed up from being sick. But wow, my nose is so shiny. Oh my god, that's funny. So I dreamt the song, came in here, recorded it, and I loved it. I thought it sounded really, really good and dreamy and just kind of like indie, dreamy, lo-fi goodness. It just sounded really nice. I was taking a lot of inspiration from Steve Lacy, at least in the dream. Like in my dream, like I was Steve Lacy, and I was like spinning around doing circles in a field with this song playing in the background. Like it was really weird, but so yeah, then once I had the chorus recorded, I thought it sounded great, but I didn't know what to do with the song. I had no idea like where to go with it, like past the chorus. So I kind of shelved the song and just kind of went back and forth between scrapping it and kind of reviving it and scrapping it and reviving it. And because like I'd listen to the song and I'd be like, oh, it's so corny. Like the song is so corny. And then I'd listen to it again like a month later and I'm like, oh, this is so good. And I just kind of went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for like months. And then eventually I actually ended up dreaming the song a second time. This time I dreamt the pre-chorus, the sitting down on the couch, watch our favorite movie, da 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 da. Kind of forgot the words. It's been a long time since I've recorded the song, but and then when I had that second dream, I knew that like this was a song that I needed to record, and the universe was trying to tell me to finish this damn song. And I've been reading some Rick Rubin, The Creative Act. What's that book called again? Frick, I don't remember the name. The Creative Act or something. I was reading it at the time, and so I was having some like Rick, like Rick Rubin was like on my shoulder and telling me, the universe is. I can't do a Rick impression. The universe is telling you to finish this song, and so I listened and I finished it. And even when I finished it, I still kind of was like iffy about it, but I thought I've already finished the song. I should just put it out, and and I locked it in. And now it's one of my favorite songs that I've done. Like, I love it a lot. It's not my favorite, but it's one of my favorite. I think it's amazing. I think it's really, really good. And I think it's a cool vibe. Very different than anything I've done before. And I'm tapping into some of my falsetto. I've never really used my falsetto. Like I've never spotlit my falsetto in a song before. So, I thought that was different. Just kind of experimenting with a different vocal style. And yeah, it's a sick song, and that's kind of how it came to be. Very tumultuous time with that song. That took a lot of courage for me to finish it and put it out. I guess not courage, but I had to figure it out. Anyway, let's go ahead and hop on over to the project file. So here's the project file, and as usual, there's like a lot of layers in this song, 90 approximately. And as always, I'm going to go ahead and start off with the instrumental, because that's where the song kind of started. I mean, it started with the chorus as a whole. Actually, I'll go ahead and start just with the chorus. So I'm not going to play the whole song here. If you want to hear the song, go stream it. That's not what this is. This is a breakdown. So if you want to hear the song, just go ahead and click the link down below. Maybe listen to it and then come back to this video so you kind of have some context about what the heck is going on here. But I will still start off with the instrumentation. I gotta put my headphones on. Get ready for some good old headphone hair. I just got out of the shower, so my hair is gonna mold to the headphones. Let me just do a sound check really quick. Yeah, that sounded good. That is sounding good, yeah, and I think it's loud enough for the stream. I had to boost the gain up a lot. The mix in the recording file is so quiet. I had to bump it up 15 dB here for the stream. But so let's go ahead and start off with I'll go ahead and start off with the guitar chords. That's kind of the first thing I am gonna actually close my window because I don't want the mic audio to be interfered with. Very unfortunate. No more fresh air. Now it's gonna get all stuffy in here, but that's okay. Let's see. So I'll go ahead and start off with the guitar chords because those were actually, once I dreamt the song, the first thing that I sat down in my chair and figured out was the guitar. So these are the guitar chords. Oh shite, what'd I just do? Oh, I thought I was clicked into OBS and I accidentally... Okay, we're good. So here's the chorus. Guitar. Well, the guitar part. Oh, I'll go ahead and expand that. And that more or less repeats throughout the entire song. And yeah, it's 2 takes, 1 pan, 10 left, 1 pan, 10 right. At least for the chorus, and then, in other parts of the song, the left take drops out. But they're playing slightly different things. So, like, this left take is playing, whereas this right take is playing. So then you get, like, this weird, like, kind of dissonant, like, sound of different chord voicings, I guess. Which is super cool. And I don't remember why I did that. I mean, I recorded this, oh god, well over a year ago by now. So I don't remember what was going on in my head. But on each guitar track, I'm just running it through Corey Wong Neural DSP archetype, through the second amp and the second cab, and I guess I got the compressor on and EQing a little bit and running with a R21 on the cab and no modulation or time-based effects. And I played that with my Telecaster, my Fender, this guy. I played it with I'll go full face cam for that. I played those guitar chords with this guy, and I don't remember the fingerings at all, but yeah, I love this guitar. It's got a super warm vintage kind of sound to it, and the pickups I think are actually, like vintage 50s fat pickups or something like that. So that's how I recorded the guitar, like the main rhythm guitar parts. And yeah, again, those just repeat throughout the whole song, but then in like the verse and the pre-chorus, verses and the pre-choruses, this first take drops out, so then all you're getting is so, I don't know, just to kind of empty out the verse and the pre-chorus a little bit, just for more contrast. That's all there is to that, though. And then after that, I added in the bass, I believe, which is just this. And again, that more or less just repeats throughout the entire song. There's even a little click at the beginning of this that I didn't cut out. But all these recordings that I'm, like the bass and the guitar, I mean, these are the takes that I recorded right after I initially dreamt the song. So these are like the OG, like original takes, which is kind of cool. I tried to go back and re-record everything, which maybe after I'm done showing you this, I can go back to that project file because it's kind of funny. I tried to go back and re-record everything, but it just wasn't hitting the same. It just wasn't. So, you know, I ended up keeping all these original takes, which seems to kind of be the running theme for a lot of musicians, like, you know, when they're making their songs. The bass is running through another instance of Archetype, Corey Wong, this time on like the DI setting. And you just, oh, no cab. Well, yeah, no cab. Just being run DI out, no EQ, no pedals, definitely no modulation or time based. And then I'm running it through a decapitator. Where did that go? There it is. Running through a decapitator just to kind of make the bass pop out a little more. And then, what's going on? Okay. And then some Pro Q, which is doing some interesting stuff. I guess I was doing this to maybe make the bass poke out of the mix just a tad more, just to bring out some mids. I don't remember. It's been a while. And then once I had kind of that foundation of the guitar and the bass, then I added in the drums. By the way, the bass changes. Let me just backpedal a little bit. The bass changes in the pre-chorus. So that little passage of the bass I just showed you repeats throughout the entire song with the exception of the pre-chorus. And in that part, the bass but maybe I'll get into that later. Let me just focus on the chorus for now. I mean, this is the basis of the song anyway. So the drums all together just sound like this. Pretty simple, just kind of like kicks on the 1s and the 3s, snares on the 2 and the 4 with 1 and 2. Is that a 16th or 8th? I'm still really bad at my rhythm counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 8th note hi-hats. Okay. Gotta get better about that, man. So the bulk of the sound is this drum rack, this Ableton drum rack I've got going on right here. Big surprise. I use the Ableton drum rack all the time. Which is... that's the bulk of the sound. I'm using this kick drum sample. This is a Heat kick from, what is it? It's, they're just, the name of the company or whatever is Heat, and they have a drum kit called Heat Volume 1, and it's an amazing sample pack, drum sample pack. But that's the kick. Sounds really great. The snare is a tuna snare. I actually don't know what that is, what that's from. Oh, well, of course, it's pulling it from here. Where's that from? Tuna? Tuna snare? I don't know what that's from. Oh, it's from Reddit. It's from Reddit. Basement Drums Volume 2. Reddit drum pack, I guess. That's kind of funny. I did not know that. So, and then, what else? I did not end up using those claps. I did not end up using that vinyl kick either. Did not end up using those claps either. I did use these close hats. This is from Shag, so this is also from Heat, like that same company. But it's their Shag drum kit pack. It's just like a little tick. And then this is a Kenny Beats hi-hat that I must have downloaded while I was subbed to him when I did my beat battle. And then there's an open hat, which is also from Shag. And then there's this ride crash. Oh, that doesn't come until later in the song. I'll get to the ride crash later. But then there's this crash sample, which is also a shag crash. And it's just got a ping pong delay on it, so nice and dreamy and big and cool. And then I ended up layering all of that. I ended up layering another layer on the hi-hats. The hi-hats sounded too dry to me. Like, in context with the whole mix. I'm getting a phone call, but I'll have to get that later. Let me just turn that off for a second. So yeah, the hi-hats were sounding too dry to me, and in context of the full mix. So I wanted the hi-hats to sound a little more like, oh, what's going on? Oh, okay. I wanted the hi-hats to have a little roomier of a sound to them, so I added on these tight cymbals, is I guess what I ended up calling them. And that's from EZdrummer, and it's from the EZdrummer Tight Room Classic Pop Basic Kit. Just using this Istanbul Agop, I don't know how to pronounce that, hi-hat. And yeah, I guess I ended up using the crash as well. Ended up using a open hat as well, just to kind of fill the drum kit out a little bit more. If I take these out, you'll hear the difference. Makes a pretty big difference in the ambiance. And then I have this shaker that comes in intermittent parts of the song. Just a shaker loop. I think this is also from Heat as well. And it's filtered to hell. I mean, there's barely anything coming through. I've got a phaser on there. It's compressed, and I'm bringing the width down. And it's panned to the right, just to kind of add a little more percussive variation in there. I'll get to some of the other layers later. Oh, and then I also have this tambourine that comes in only in the choruses, which is just being filtered. But this is a tambourine loop sample I use in a lot of songs. And I added all this with the exception of the EZdrummer cymbals. This was all added right after I dreamt it. So this was all, you know, pretty fresh. Then what did I do after that? Then I added in these pads. I don't remember what order I went now, but I added in like this pad. This is Analog Lab. Let me open it up. Somewhere in Paris. How do I get there? I forgot how to get back to your sound. Oh, there we go. We're here. So this is the Somewhere in Paris preset. I don't really think I made many changes to it. And then I added on some Valhalla Vintage Verb at 100% wet. So this preset sounds pretty drastically different without the verb, I'm assuming. A lot of velocity variation going on there. And then I layered it with this gritty pad, which is also an Analog Lab preset. I'm just curious. I want to see what the preset is. Star Map. It's a Star Map. It's the Star Map preset, I guess. And no external effects on this. I tried adding a vintage verb, but I guess it didn't work out. Same notes as the mellow pad, just it's a different texture. So then all together, no, actually, and then the last thing, well, no, let me just play all those parts together. So we'll play the pad, the pads, the bass guitar, the guitar chords, and the drums. And this was kind of the basis of the song after I dreamt it that night. This is kind of where we were. And that's kind of where I left it. Well, I didn't leave it. I mean, like, I had that vibe. I loved it. I thought it was really cool. I kept adding more stuff. I added in this little palm mute lick, which is just me on the guitar. Such a cool layer that adds so much to the groove. Again, just being run through Archetype Corey Wong on the DI amp, and then with a little bit of spring reverb on there via this Recoil by Bose Digital Labs, and then just a little bit of compression, and then that just totally adds like a whole nother layer to everything. If I just solo the bass and the guitar and that lick and the drums. And you can hear, you know, some of the recordings aren't perfectly in time. And again, like I said earlier, I did go back and try to re-record some of the stuff, but it just wasn't hitting the same. So I don't know if I had demo-itis or what, but hey, the final product turned out great, so like I'm not complaining. So then in the second half of the chorus, I wanted to spice things up a little bit, so I added these pads. I added this Juno pad right here. Which I thought sounded really cool, but I also at the same time, like when I'd finished the song, thought it sounded super corny, which was again kind of a reason, I don't know, a reason why I was having a tough time finishing this song. But I also added in this Rhodes sample to, actually the Juno pad, let me just unpack that really quick. It's just an Arturia Juno, June 6 V5. And I just kind of made my own patch with it, and then I put a Native Instruments Rome reverb on there, and then I put an Ableton phaser on there, and just gives it that really cool sound. I also added in this wobbly Rhodes, is what I ended up calling it. Which is an analog patch, Analog Lab patch again. Which one is it though? It's 1973 medium amped Suitcase EP. I don't remember how much like I changed these presets. I don't remember what their default state is, but you know, no external effects outside of Analog Lab. It's just that's how it was. So I actually think... Oh, and then I added in this bass, pizzicato, this little pizzicato bass layer on the second half of the chorus, too. Which, again, is super sloppy, super out of time, but in the context of the full mix, like, it just... I don't know, it's like a nice little ear candy element. This is Arturia Augmented Strings, I think. yeah, on the bass pits preset. And again, I don't remember how much I moved any of this stuff around, but just a little low cut down there, and that's to kind of layer with the palm mute lick. Super sloppy, but like, I don't know, it worked for some reason. Again, I tried to re-record all this and it just was not hitting the same. So then the second half of the chorus, I'll play like halfway, oh god, like this far, like a little less than 50% into the chorus, and then you'll hear like when all the other elements come in. Just opens up. We'll get into that post-chorus in a second. That's where the song started, and that's where it stayed for months and months and months before I finally figured out how to finish the song, pretty much. So that's the chorus instrumentally. I lied, actually. I forgot about the vocals. So there's still the vocals that I ended up recording that day. And this is... So the chorus vocals are actually... It's just a single-tracked vocal until we get to the second half of the chorus, and there's a little layer in there. But there's only one vocal in this chorus. It's just one track, which is super unusual for me. Usually, I vocal layer up the freaking wazoo, dude. Like, I mean, if you saw my Cruisin' breakdown video, like... Oh my god, like 60, 70 layers of vocals, if I... somewhere around there. So, pretty unusual for me to be this sparse with the vocal production, but it worked, and it just sounded good. And again, this is the exact vocal take that I recorded that initial morning that I dreamt the song. So I didn't re-record this. This is like the exact take. And I actually, fun fact, well, I'll let you hear it first. I'll let you hear it. No, I won't. Fun fact, I actually recorded the song, or this vocal, this particular vocal, in the chorus with this microphone right here that I'm speaking through right now, which is a Behringer Ultra Voice XM80 500, which is like a $20 microphone. And I have this mic set up all the time, like for YouTube videos and stuff, because I have like a big arm. Like, I don't know if you can, let me get back over here. I don't know if you can see over here. Like, I have like this arm thing that attaches to my desk. So I have this mic set up all the time. So when I was recording the demo that morning, this mic was already set up. So I just went ahead and just sang the vocals through this mic. No pop filter, no nothing. And you will hear how that sounds right yonder.
This moment keeps replaying. Hear me one more time. See, I don't wanna go tonight. Hear me one more time.
So you can hear, like, literally you can hear like the air being pushed against the microphone. Like, it's not a very good quality recorded vocal at all. It was only originally meant to be just like a demo vocal. But I ended up keeping it for the final song, and in the context of the mix, you can't hear like the air stuff as much. It just sounds like a cool falsetto vocal. But since this was the demo vocal, I ended up putting a pretty healthy amount of auto-tune on there, Waves tune. But it doesn't sound terribly unnatural, I think, at least. It sounds pretty transparent. This EQ doing some weird stuff in the lows, and then the vocal is being pretty heavily gated. And then it's just being de-essed a little bit, being compressed a little bit with just an Ableton stock compressor, and then just a little dip here in the kind of low mids, I guess, that was bothering me. And then I'm running all of that through a wet, like through a reverb delay chain in parallel. This is running through a ping pong delay, and it's running through another ping pong delay on 8th. I forget how that's measured. How is that measured again? This is measured beat divisions. Each numbered switch represents the delay time in 16th note. So this is 8/16. This was 2/16, I guess. I think. I'm not super music theory rhythm savvy, so I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. But so then there's two different delays going on, and then both those delays are being run into Valhalla Vintage Verb on a plate with 1980s color, and that's what's given the vocal the super spaciness. And then but that wet chain is being run in parallel, so these the delays and the reverb are not directly on the track. And the wet chain is actually louder than the dry chain, so the vocal is like really soaked and like very distant, very spacey. Sounds pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, that's just the demo vocal I recorded the morning I dreamt the song, which just, I don't know, I just think that's kind of cool. All these recordings pretty much that I've shown you so far are. Then in the second half of the chorus, I added this later. I think I added this a few months ago when I was finishing the song. It's just this like low, like me singing the melody a octave lower.
This moment keeps replaying.
Oh god, that doesn't sound good.
Hit me one more time.
Being pretty auto-tuned. But just to kind of add a little bit of a subtle texture, it's really hard to hear in the mix, but just to kind of, again, just kind of subconsciously bump the second half of the chorus up a little bit. It's being run through the exact same chain as the main vocal. And then, both of those vocals are being bussed into the delay and the reverb chain that I just showed. So then all together, this is what I had that morning that I woke up. I dreamt the song, I got up, and probably within 30 to 45 minutes, I had recorded what you were about to hear.
This moment keeps replaying. Hit me one more time. See, I don't wanna go tonight. Hit me one more time. This moment keeps replaying. Hit me one more time. Don't let me ever leave this. Hit me one more time.
And then from there, I let the song sit on my computer for a couple months, a few months, for like almost a year actually. And then, because I didn't know where to take the song from there. So, but that's the chorus. That's like the main function part of the song. Then from there, I'm gonna turn off the vocal bus. Then from there, I think what I actually ended up doing is I did end up recording the intro and the verse. The intro and the verse sections, which are basically just stripped back versions of the chorus. The intro literally has pretty much the same exact instrumentation as the chorus, just stripped a little bit. This very, very like beginning intro thing is just a few kick drums. It's just, the kick drum doing this. And the Nashville. Oh, I have a little Easy Drummer drum kit layer in here, just to add a little bit of room to those sample drums, I guess. Oh yeah, listen to that without it. And then with. That is so subtle, but it just does, it does add a little bit of ambience. But yeah, so the intro, it's just the drums and the bass and the guitar chords and the mellow pad, all doing the exact same thing as they're doing in the chorus, like literally just copy pasted. But I added in this like yell layer. which actually has now become one of my go-to yell samples. I actually like use that sample for like a lot of my songs now. But that was just me standing back in my door frame, and I just went like "Bah!" or something weird. I don't remember. Do I have the effects chain here? Oh, I do. What did it sound like? Dry. Oh! So that's what it sounded like, and then I added in all this stuff on it. There you go. Just some weird EQ, some Echo Boy Jr. on 100% wet. And then some Valhalla Room, and more EQ, and then some width reduction. Excuse me. Yeah, so I just added in like a little yell layer there, and then this is actually my girlfriend laughing, which, with all the effects on it, it does not sound like that at all. But that was just from like a random kind of field recording thing. I did field recording. I recorded it in a hotel. I was just going around like recording hotel casino ambience, and she was walking next to me and she giggled, and I just kind of took that little giggle out and just put it on the same track. Then I also have some subtle beach ambience in the background here. Which is just another field recording I did while I was at the beach with my family like years ago. Just to add a little bit of ambiance in that beginning part, but the intro is super simple. The verse is basically, again, the exact same instrumentation as the chorus and the intro, but even more stripped back. Only one guitar take. It's just that one guitar take, and the bass guitar doing the same thing. Pretty much, it's just that and the drums. The drum pattern is slightly modified. I took the hi-hats away in the drum rack, and kind of made the hi-hat pattern a little more sparse. That's basically it. And then the vocals I added on there. I added in these vocals on that part too.
Hey, can't seem to focus on today, and I've run out of things to say. I try to tell myself that it's a new day.
These are double track, just the lead vocal and then a double down here. And again, this is being run through my old vocal chain. I've now got a new vocal chain, but this was my vocal chain I was using at the time. And I think I've shown this off in some of my other breakdowns, but it's just a gate, Ableton gate, running through some Pro Q, running through some de-essing. Running, in this case, running through an LA2A, running through a little bit of multiband, and then running through just some very subtle filtering. That's like my bass chain, or was my bass chain at the time. And then on top of that, I added on a little bit of Echo Boy here in the Space Echo setting, added on a little bit of Little Plate, and then added a little bit of Ableton Chorus at 31% dry wet. And that's the vocal situation for the verses. And then that is approximately where I got stuck before I shelved the song for months. And then I dreamt the pre-chorus. Again, I dreamt this song freaking twice, which has never happened to me before. It's absolutely insane. But I dreamt the pre-chorus. And the thing that stuck out to me the most in the dream was the vocal melody and the lyrics. I actually dreamt some of these lyrics too, and so I kept them in.
Sitting down on the...
Oh, sorry, that's not everything. It's all this stuff too.
Sitting down on the couch, watch your favorite movie. That's when I think about all the time passing me by. Got you here, got you now, bottled up just one last time. Oh, I know.
So you can definitely hear some auto-tune on those vocals, and that was deliberate because the chorus vocal was so auto-tuned and so pitch perfect. I kind of wanted to carry that vibe on over to the pre-chorus vocals and the verse vocals too, so I keep looking in this camera, but I got this camera going. Maybe I should switch it back over. But yeah, so I wanted the vocals to be really pitch perfect, just because I thought, I don't know, it fit the vibe, it sounded cool. But yeah, the pre-chorus vocals, it's just the lead vocals, which are the exact same tracks that were used in the verse, so the same effects, same chain. Then I have these doubles, this double stack over here.
Sitting down on the couch, watch our favorite movie. That's when I think about all the time passing me by. Got you here.
And that's just a bunch, it's just a couple vocals here shadowing the lead vocal. And then I guess, what are these?
Sitting down on the couch, watch our favorite movie.
It's falsetto. And then those are just being run through my doubles, my background vocals chain, which again has changed a little bit since then, but it's just a lot of Pro Q going on here. And then some de-essing, and then a little bit of LA2A. And that's it. All those vocals are just being grouped and run into here. And as you can see on each individual track, I have Melodyne. I melodyned all these background vocals. I did... oh, shit. What just happened? Go away. Fuck. Oh, what the heck? It's not working. Zoom out, bro. What the hell? Ugh, well, whatever. You get the idea. I'll just do it manually like a peasant. I melodyned all these vocals, all the background vocals, and I also used Autotune Access on all the vocals. I got Autotune Access for free because of my Focusrite interface. But I just recently got Autotune Artist, so, you know, I now have the full-blown version. But at the time, which was just a few months ago, all I had was Autotune Access, and I actually liked the sound of this better than Waves Tune. It really was apparent to me for the first time ever how much smoother Antares is, the algorithm of Antares over Waves. Waves sounds kind of grainy, whereas like Antares just sounds like buttery smooth. It's really interesting. So I opted to use, even though it doesn't have as many options and flexibility as Waves Tune, I still opted to use Autotune Access for these background vocals just because the algorithm of the Antares Autotune is just way, I don't know, it's smoother to my ears. Yeah, that's on all these vocals, pretty much. I didn't melodyne all of them. And then I have these harmonies.
Sitting down on the couch, watch our favorite movie. That's when I think about all the time passing me by. Got you here.
Very processed, very tuned, but again, it fits the vibe. And same thing, Melodyne and Autotune on a lot of the individual tracks, and then it's being run through my background vocals chain, which is the Pro Q, Pro DS, and the LA2A. And then I'm also running these vocals through some return tracks as opposed to tracks directly on the group. Looks like I'm running it through this 8th note delay, which is just this Echo Boy. And then I'm also running A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm also running it through this long verb, which is a little plate. This is all part of my vocal template. So I just used all the delays and reverbs for my vocal template. And yeah, so it's being run through those for ambiance. And it looks like the lead vocals are actually being run through A, B, C, D, E, F. Lead vocals are being run through a short verb, which is just a Valhalla Room with a low cut. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. But yeah, and then once I had that melody kind of in my head from my dream and some of the lyrics. So then it was all about kind of figuring out what I wanted the chords to be for that part. So I did want to change up the chord progression for that part of the song. So I ended up coming up with these chords for the pre-chorus. And that's just literally the exact same track that I recorded the chorus guitars in. I just kind of plopped it down in here, just punched in. And this was recorded literally just like, what, 4 or 5 months ago? So it's funny that you have these old-ass recordings from like a year ago right next to the newer ones that I recorded the second time I dreamt the song. Cool. And then I also recorded a new bass line. Same thing. I just punched in on the same track that I was using for the rest of the bass parts. And then the drums are pretty much the same as they are throughout the entire song. The drums are just very heavily looped. Yeah, the drums are virtually the same. Yeah, just the same kind of pattern with the shaker that also is in the chorus. Something I did add into the pre-chorus instrumentally, though, is I added in these harmonic... This is really interesting. This is a cool layer. So this is what it sounds like. I'll just play it. Just following the guitar chords. So I made this from scratch. It sounds like a synth. It's not. It's a sample of actually me playing a harmonic on my guitar. And let me see if I can find middle C on here. Oh, let me turn off all the effects. That sounds like middle C. So this is what I recorded. It's like me just hitting a harmonic on my guitar. Well, it's cut off here. I'll back it up. There it is. Yeah. Just me hitting a harmonic on there. And I just threw that into a sampler and turned it into a pad. I suck at keys. I'm playing on the computer keyboard right now too. I don't know my way around anywhere. There's your C major 7. That's about all I know. But then I put some reverb on there, some Valhalla Vintage Verb, 1980s, Chaotic Chamber, 100% wet, and then a little bit of EQ. And then I put some Wolf compressor on there, baby. One of my favorite plugins all time. And then it just sounds like a freaking synth. That was totally just like a happy accident. I just kind of stumbled across that. I was trying to figure out another element to kind of fill the pre-chorus out and just kind of stumbled across that weird layer. And the mellow pad makes a reprise here in the pre-chorus too. But it's a little more sustained and simplified. And then you cannot hear these at all in the final mix. I probably could have honestly just muted this track and it would have made no difference. But I just left them in anyway because they were already there. It's these little whistles I did. It's just copy-pasted. It's the same whistle. And pitched. I pitched those down to make a little melody, and I bit my lip. That hurt. But yeah, I just sampled me whistling and put some Valhalla Vintage Verb on there. You can't hear it at all in the context of the song. Oh, God. Jeez, that scared me. I didn't mean to hit play. You can't hear it at all in the context of the song, but I don't know. I just left it there. It was there, and it wasn't taking up an egregious amount of space in the mix, so I just left it. But yeah, then there's your pre-chorus.
Down on the couch, watch your favorite movie. That's when I think about all the time passing me by. Got you here, got you now, bottled up just one.
You get the idea. And then yeah, once I had the pre-chorus down, that totally just like revitalized my interest in the song. I was like, yes, I need to finish this song. This is it. And then once I had the pre-chorus recorded, excuse me, then it also gave me the idea for this post-chorus, which I thought was really, really cool. It just kind of like a weird kind of jamming out thing for the post-chorus. So, you know, you have your chorus playing. What is that sound? What was that? Did you hear that? What? What is that? Oh my God, the pitch bend on the mellow pad got screwed up. You gotta be kidding me, bro. What is this? This is ridiculous. I haven't really used Ableton 12 either, so where are all the envelopes? Where's my pitch bend? Okay, we gotta reset it here. I'm assuming that's what it is. God, I thought Ableton fixed that bug. That's ridiculous. Okay. So then you have your chorus, as I was saying. You have your chorus, and then here it transitions into the post-chorus. And then into the second verse. Literally, it's just me. Yeah, I recorded this again a few months ago. This is a newer recording right next to these old ones. But it's just me going, you know.
Hit me one more time. Hit me one more time.
Same effects and all that nonsense. But the instrumentation changes up a lot. So you got your bass guitar, you know, or the, let me go, you got the guitar doing this. The bass line kind of shadowing that. And then you got your sweet little drum fills going on right here. Fun fact, that is actually my live drum kit, which you can see behind me. My live drum kit layered with some of the drum samples in the main drum kit, like the Ableton drum rack. So here's what the live drums sound like. This is the drum kit that is just seated right behind me. And I actually have the kick muted to make room for the kick in the drum rack. But here's what it sounds like with the kick. I'm just kind of curious. Yeah, so, and that's just being run through my drum effects chain. Again, this has changed. It's not like this anymore, but it's just being run through an SSL comp and a little bit of Radiator and Saturn on the warm tape setting, and then Pro Q, some filtering. And then here I got some notes on like how I had the kits, or how I had the kit tuned and stuff, and like how I was dampening it and how I had everything tuned and whatever. This was actually taken from when I was trying to re-record the song. And again, I'll probably hop over to that just for fun. But yeah, so then I had that little drum fill in there that I thought sounded really, really cool. And then, but it still sounded it left a little bit to be desired. So I left in some of the sampled drums in that part. There's the kick. Yeah, so you still got the snare in there in certain parts, and the snare is actually shadowing the toms, which gives it a cool sound. And then, yeah, the kick drum is in there, which is why I have the kick in my drum kit tracks muted, just to make room for that kick. Cool. So that's that part, and then from there, I pretty much had the song mostly figured out. I knew I wanted a guitar solo in the song. I was kind of taking some inspiration from Tom Petty and John Mayer for this song, in addition to Steve Lacy. So I knew I wanted kind of like a soulful, melodic guitar solo, kind of similar to the Wild Blue solo, or inspired by the Wild Blue solo and John Mayer's Wild Blue. I put a little guitar solo in there, and there's like a little build up that goes into the solo. So basically what I'm doing is I have the guitar solo in all of its glory. And then there's a little harmony that comes in at the back half of that. And that's just being run through, oh wow, it's being run through a lot of stuff. I was experimenting and trying to get a tone I was happy with, so I was just kind of throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall and seeing what stuck. But it looks like I put an M rotary going into an Ableton fuzz pedal with the gain all the way down, going into a little bit of EQ, whatever, that's utilitarian, going into this Corey Wong, the second amp again, and then going into LA3A compression, and then just a little bit of extra EQ to top it off. Don't remember what guitar I used to record that, but yeah, that's how I achieved the tone. And the harmony is way simplified. It's just the Corey Wong with the chorus, the 80s chorus on, and then the LA3A, and then a little bit of EQ on there too. That was that. Oh my god, my throat. I'm getting tired from all this talking. I also added in like these little melancholy synth things in the background, kind of as ear candy for this part. Which sounds super sick. It's just the bulk of the sound is this Arturia DX7. I guess on a ramping lead preset. Don't know what I changed other than that, but it's just this. Layered with me picking those same notes on my acoustic guitar. With some chorus. And then I'm running those pretty hot through an Ableton delay. Running those very hot. Oh my god, very hot into this Waves J37, which is what gives it the crunch. Without that J37, it's just... But the J37 just compresses it and crunches it. And then the little, the yell from the intro of the song makes a reprise. And, got the pads in here doing their thing. This is the same chord progression as the chorus is, so all the instrumentation is the same as it is in the chorus. Got the tambourine, the shakers, everything going on in here. There's a reverse crash that leads out of the guitar solo into the chorus, which is just this. And it's got that reverb on there, so then it kind of spaces off into the chorus. It sounds really nice. And then going into the guitar solo, I have a reverse kick drum, which is kind of like a very whooshy kick drum sample, which is taken from Dead Drums, Super Dead Drums, one of their free sample packs, I believe. And then that reverse kick is also in other parts of the song, going into the post-chorus. So then in context, that would just be... Just kind of does that whoosh in there. But anyway, I'll move on. And then everything is the same in the second chorus. Yeah, the verse section is exactly the same. No, I'll take that back. Yeah, I'll backpedal back here to the second verse. Everything is the same as the first verse, except there's this little vocal stack kind of at the end, like these yells that I do. Oh. Which is just me yelling. Which isn't even on pitch. I'm exposing myself right now, man. I'm not a very good singer, but... But in context with the rest of the vocals, it sounds fine. But yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. Then the drum fill from the post-chorus makes an appearance here. Pretty smooth. And then what else? Just a little bit of ear candy in the second pre-chorus too. Instrumental ear candy. I added this little I don't even know where it is. Oh, right here. It's this soft guitar arpeggio. It's so subtle, you can't hear it in the mix. Again, I probably could have just deleted it, muted the track, but I kept it in. It's there. And then the whistles are there too. Stop it. That's pretty much the whole song. That's pretty much the whole song. The choruses are identical. I don't think there's anything different really about the choruses. They're both copy paste pretty much. The verses are the same except for that little vocal stack towards the end of the second verse. The pre-choruses are the same except for that little minute, very quiet guitar arpeggio. The intro's the intro. So then, and then the post-chorus is the post-chorus. So then my favorite freaking part of the song is this refrain. And I got the idea for this after I had recorded the pre-chorus, obviously, because it's the same chord progression as the pre-chorus. Basically, it's the exact same instrumentation with a few embellishments as the pre-chorus. The lead vocal from the main chorus is copy pasted here, so it's like you get the primary chorus melody over the pre-chorus instrumentation, and it just sounds really epic and like big, and it's just like a really beautiful way to end the song. It's my favorite part. I'd honestly argue it's the climax of the song. But yeah, the drums are exactly the same, except I added in like a little crash sound in there in the middle. Which is super subtle and in the background. That's my ride cymbal that I recorded behind me. And I just put that in there in the middle just for a little impact sound. What else? But yeah, the bass guitar, the guitar chords are the same. Let me back up, bro. Holy crap, I've totally forgot. Let me do this too. I completely forgot that the in the second chorus, in the second half of the second chorus, I added in these little acoustic guitar layers. Which are just mirroring the chords from the, the main guitars. Just play all this stuff. Interesting. And then I also added a ride cymbal in there. I added a ride cymbal in the second chorus to kind of spice things up a little bit in that second chorus and space it out a little more, which is right here. As you can see. It's just one of my ride cymbals I recorded on the drum kit behind me again. And I recorded these on my overhead mics. That's why there's two different tracks here. And just to kind of add some more air to that drum beat in the second chorus. Just sounded super, super sick, I thought. And then that carries over into the end. Okay, now we're getting into the outro, the refrain here, as I called it. And basically what I added in there So everything is the same as the pre-chorus, except I added in this outro verb guitar, which is absolutely magical. That is so freaking pretty. It's literally my guitar just being run through Neural DSP Tone King and running through the Black Hole Eventide H9 plugin series. Black Hole, I love this for really spacey guitar reverbs. And then the Juno pad and the wobbly roads I changed up a little bit in this part too. And then the wobbly roads. It's so melancholy and like sad in a way. Like it's really pretty. Let me just mute the drums and let's just hear all of the instrumentation on its own. So pretty. God, I can't believe I made that. And then yeah, I also carried over the palm mute lick and the bass pizzicato from the chorus in this refrain, which sounds super cool. And then the mellow pads got carried over the gritty pad. So yeah, I mean, it's just a culmination of the chorus and the pre-chorus instrumentally. And then yeah, the chords are the same from the pre-chorus. Same with the bass. And it sounds so sloppy and bad when you're playing everything individually, which is so weird. Something so strange about this song is it sounds kind of bad when you're playing all the layers by themselves, but then when you open everything up, play everything together, then it's, you know, it sounds really beautiful. And then at the end of that, I added in another little drum fill, which was also with my drum kit. That's it. And I warped that very heavily just to really get it like on the grid. Just so that it sounded really tight with the rest of the drum kit, which was all quantized drums pretty much, I think. And then the vocal, it's literally just the chorus vocal over that part.
Moment keeps replaying.
And then we get into the outro, which is the same thing as the post-chorus, just extended a little bit.
Hit me one more time. Hit me one more time. Hit me one more time. Hit me one more time.
And then, yeah, at the end of that little outro, I have this little bass chord thing that comes in. It's very in the background again. Very in the background. It's just being run through an Ableton amp, compressor, and EQ. Just to add a little melancholy flair to the end, I guess. I don't know, as if the song isn't melancholy enough already. And then the way I achieved that vocal effect, where you have like all the reverb and stuff, and then it just like shrinks down into the dry vocal, is I go to the chorus vocal bus. I have my effects chain here for the reverbs and stuff on that. And basically all that I did is I expanded this chain, and then I mapped I have the wet and the dry channel right here, and I'm not going to be very good at explaining this. Basically, I mapped this macro to this like thingy right here that you can see moving around. And basically what I did is I just made the wet value all the way up to 127 and the dry all the way down to 0. What that means is that when this knob is all the way up at 127, we're fully wet, baby.
Hit me one more time.
So that delay and reverb is working at its fullest capacity, and when this is all the way down at 0, it's completely dry. There's no reverb and delay at all.
Hit me one more time.
So basically what I did is I mapped all that, set all that up, and then as this outro continues, the knob just goes down and the vocal gets dry.
Hit me one more time. Hit me one more time.
And then all the reverbs and stuff just disappear.
Hit me one more time. Hit me one more time.
And that's the end of the song. Ugh, that was a lot of talking. I think I'm done. I think that's the song. That's the song. That's the whole song, man. That's the whole song. Oh, how's my headphone hair looking? Ooh. Looking a little weird. Oh. Let's rough it up again, man. That doesn't look any better. Whatever. Well, there you have it. That's how I made my song "Hit Me One More Time." Yeah, the creation of that song was very unique, and it took a lot of effort to finish that one. Because again, I just went back and forth so many times on whether or not the song was any good, or if it was worth finishing, or blah 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 blah, whatever. But I dreamt the song twice, man. The universe was trying to tell me to finish it, and I'm so glad I did, because I love this song. It's one of those songs where like I listen back to it and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I made that. Like, you know, it kind of does that to me. It's a really like spiritual song for me, I guess, in that regard. Not to get weird and corny, but that's how I made "Hit Me One More Time." If you haven't heard the song yet, go stream it. I got the link in the description. It should be a Linktree link, and just click on that, and then, you know, "Hit Me One More Time" should be on that page. Or if you're viewing this video at a later date, just maybe I'll have another link down there. But yeah, go stream the song, please. I mean, I've you know, I've been putting a lot of work into these songs. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into them, and you know, they haven't been performing the way that I want them to, which is my own fault, because I haven't really been marketing them at all. So I mean, that's on me, man. But you know, I guess beggars can't be choosers. So it is what it is. I need to start getting on YouTube and Twitch and social media more, I guess. But if you see this, please go just give the song a try, give it a spin, see if it's something you like. If it's not your cup of tea, that's totally cool. But you know, just give it a chance, give it a listen. I put a lot of work into my music. I pour my passion and my heart into it, and I love doing it, and I love creating these songs, and I really want to share them with other people. And just it would mean the world if you took a second to just give it a listen. And if not, that's fine too. I get it. People are busy. You got stuff going on. That's okay. But, you know, if you want to listen to my music, I won't complain. That'd be sweet. Anyway, I think that's about all I got for now. And I think I'm going to sign off. So, peace out. As for the live stream, I guess I'll sign off here too. I actually was deliberating whether or not I should make a beat after this, but I'm going to be honest, I've been sitting here, it's been an hour and a half. I'm not very practiced when it comes to streaming. I know some people can just go like for hours and hours on end. I'm not calloused yet, I don't have it in me right now. Yeah, this stream's been going on for an hour and a half. I'm kind of tired, I'm going to be honest. Sitting here talking for this long when I'm still kind of sick and my throat's kind of tickling. I'm going to be honest, I kind of want to go. So I think I'm going to go. But I'm thinking about making another beat tape soon. I don't know for sure yet, because I'm kind of thinking about... I know this is kind of funny to be talking about this before this album is even out yet, but I'm already kind of coming up with ideas for like another album. But I also want to do another beat tape. If you go on my SoundCloud and listen to the track You're So Cold and I Kinda Like It, that's a beat I made like a month ago, and I love that beat. It's like amazing. It's like one of the best beats I think I've ever made, and at least in my opinion, I just love it. And it's kind of making me think like, I might want to do another beat tape, kind of like Long Valley tapes. So I don't know. I'm still kind of trying to decide like what I want to work on, what the next step is. But I think if I decide to go the beat tape route, hell, even if I decide to go the album route, with another album, I'm considering live streaming some of that process, like me sitting in here, like making the beats, recording stuff for my album, whatever route I end up going. Only reason I'm not fully committed to that idea is because I do get a little bit, which I've expressed in some of my past live streams, to my kind of embarrassment. I should just keep my lips zipped because, no one wants to hear me make excuses for myself. But I do get a little anxious making music with the cameras on. It is strange. I feel like I'm kind of like being put on the spot. Even if there's only like one or two people watching the streams, it's pressure, like, because I know that these videos get archived and all that stuff, so people can always go back and watch them. I'm broadcasting my creative process out for the world to see, essentially, and, it's a little nerve-wracking sometimes, and I kind of psych myself out a little bit, but maybe, the more I do this, the less nervous it'll make me, theoretically. So, I'm considering maybe, I'm not making any promises, because I know I've been very flaky about making content over my entire time doing this. But I might be doing some live streams for like behind the scenes stuff, just to get some more content out there. I am now seeing the repercussions for not being active on social media because, again, I've been putting out these songs. I've got 3 songs out over the last 3 months, and they've been performing pitifully. And that's because I'm not active on anything. And I'm seeing like, okay, if I'm gonna release music and I want it to get heard, I kind of just have to bite the bullet and start posting on here. So, and I enjoy doing this. It's just, it's already a lot of time and effort just to do the music. And then, I have a job and I'm thinking about going back to school, and now I have to do YouTube and social media, and it's a lot to juggle, which is why, this has kind of been put on the back burner. It's just it hasn't been a super high priority to me, but again, I'm seeing that is a potential mistake. If I want my music to get out there, I kind of have to start posting stuff. So I'm thinking about possibly getting back on the live streaming, because it's really, I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I can live stream, which may or may not turn into something bigger as time goes on the more I stream, but then I can take those live streams and then chop them up into little highlight reels and then upload those to my YouTube channel. So it's kind of like I'm live streaming and recording YouTube videos at the same time, killing 2 birds with 1 stone, just like I'm doing right now. So I might start doing that. I might start doing my beat making videos like I used to do a couple years ago, essentially. But I'll be live streaming them too, so I can kind of get just double the amount of content out there. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But stay tuned. Keep an eye out for any future streams. I'm really thinking about it. I've got this really nice streaming setup. I've got 2 camera angles. I've got, the boom arm thing going on over here with my ring light, and I've got such a nice setup, and I never use it. So, at the very least, I feel like I should just be utilizing, this setup that I'm really blessed to have. So, you know, I don't want it to just sit here and collect dust like it's been collecting dust over the last few months. So, anyway, that's my rant. I'm gonna go. And thank you to anyone who tuned in. No one ended up chatting, but that's okay. I just thought I'd hop on here and give it a try. This is my first time live streaming in like 9 months, so I wasn't expecting this to get a whole lot of engagement anyway, but thank you to anyone who tuned in. Thank you to anyone who watches the archived version of this, and thank you to anyone who watches the cut down, summarized version on my YouTube channel. Thank you to anyone who supports me and listens to what I do, watches what I do. It's really cool. And I'll see you in the next one. And take care. All right. That's my time. Adios, amigos.